I want to talk about something very important that people don't know, right? It's about realms, dimensions, right? For those who are not familiar about switching realms and switching dimensions, it all depends on where your mindset is at, right? So for example, you switch over to other realms when you become a business owner, a boss, right? When you're about money, you'll switch over to something nice. You know what I mean? You'll the moment you become a boss and you make that money the right way without having to steal from anybody or take from anybody, or be a liar and things like that, which switches your mindset. It'll put you to another realm where you just be around nothing but rich people, right? Bosses, right? And you ain't gotta worry about nobody else. And you go, let's say for example, you wanna start robbing and stealing and taking from people and being disloyal to people, right? And you fall short. You know what I mean? You'll be broke. You know, nobody that's ever stole any type of money ever made any money after that. You know what I mean? They don't profit. They just lose. You know, they could steal what 10, 20,000, this and that, and by the next following day, what the whole energy brings to you, it will bring you nothing but chaos. You know what I mean? The police will be after you every single day for that, you know? Then we got to deal with other realms like technology, you know what I mean? You behind a keyboard, you know? Say for example like intelligence agencies, you know? So let's say you're working for the military. It's a dangerous job to even be behind a computer screen, right? Typing in and reporting and doing all that, investigating, hacking other computers and certain places, right? Certain agencies, different, looking for corruption and things like that, right? That also brings you somewhere else, you know? It'll bring you to another realm where a lot of people won't appear because of the whole danger zone, right? And then you get into the whole street thing, right? Drug dealers, right? Or let's say people, women that are into prostitution and all they think about is lust, right? So when you in the whole drug game and this and that, it don't involve technology, right? It wouldn't involve anything like that. So what it does, it'll bring you to another realm where all it does is bring you around people that don't sit behind a screen at all. All they're doing is driving around trying to get their money, talking person to person contact, person to person business. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. And then once your mind is burnt and all you think about is lust, and the women that are just seeking cash for, through prostitution, and dudes that all they want to do is, find a woman just to sleep with them on one night, that right there, I could tell you right now, that round will leave you broke, right? That leaves you completely broke, man. And I'm telling you this, I'm letting you know because I know, right? That realm where you be at and all you do is search for lust and you want to be around multiple women, you know what I mean? You want to have 10 women and you want to be, going to bed with them every night. You want to have a different woman every night. That right there leaves you completely broke. I'm just letting you know right now. And it goes vice versa for women, same thing with men. You know what I mean? It's not the same place where you find a woman and you fall in love with them and you get married. That's when you become a businessman. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, the way to get rich, the way to get in that realm where you become a real boss, when you become a real owner, and this is coming from experience, you gotta find a real true love. You know what I'm saying? That will get you to that realm to be to be a boss. You know what I mean? It's real love, and that's where the Bible comes in too. It talks about that. It talks about love. You know what I mean? It guides you to being a businessman, to being a baller, when it says it'll guide you, God will guide you for abundance and prosperity, believe that. You know what I mean? And that's what being a business owner, a boss, you know what I mean? Excuse me for the little tongue twister, but being a boss takes love, you know what I mean? And that's the realm you want to be in, you know? All these other realms right there, it takes different objectives, you know, different missions, you know what I mean? Same thing goes with, like, let's say for example, you in the military, you know what I mean? Like, depending on the job you're gonna be in, if you're gonna be intelligence, that's a different realm. If you're gonna be, you know, out special forces, right? Taking tours, deployments to different countries where you don't have access to technology. All you do, you know, you're out there in the field fighting terrorism and things like that. That's gonna be a different realm too, you know. And people disappear, you know, through realms. You know, you might see some people one day, and the other day you don't see anybody. You know what I mean? And that right there is pretty much the whole switching over. You know, switching to different types of realms. You know what I mean? And that right there, man, it's tough. You know, because your mindset changes every day. You have different opportunities every single day. And the opportunities you take depends on which realm you're going to be, right? The people you hang around with and you associate with will decide or determine what realm you'll be in. You know what I mean? So be very careful, you know, you know, the decisions you make, because that's going to affect the next following day. It would affect your next day. And the last thing you want to do is end up on the street. You know what I mean? Starving, you know, having to do things you don't want to do for money, you know. So just stay focused, choose your friends wisely, choose your networks wisely, network every day with the right people. If you got somebody you know that could help you out, don't hesitate to ask. Pull up to the house. We already know with the whole hacking on the phones, calling the right person sometimes won't go through. So make sure that you know, keep it old school, knock on that door, and keep it G, you know. Stay loyal, my friends. Pray every day. Read your Bible.